Well, good day again. I think this is going to just keep sliding around. Let's try it. No, not even this piece of green rock can hold it in place. Maybe if I bring the pyramid a bit further. Oh, I suppose you wonder what I mean by pyramid. Just a pyramid. You know, 4 sides plus an arse. I guess it is a little bit late to be making a rant. I may or may not load this one up. We load. So you just keep sliding all over that arsehole place. Anyway, drinking top shelf tonight. Yeah, I earned it. Somebody doesn't drink it. It's actually the first taste I've had. I think I prefer my home brews, to be honest. Only because I've been carrying this one around in my bloody bag all night. It was around 10 something, probably nearly 11, I suppose, when, you know how it is, the moon's nearly full, you just got to go out for a walk, and sometimes you just follow your dog rather than tell your dog, no, we're going down the road we've always been down. It's just, anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is we went the top road tonight. I always go the top road when it's the full moon, and because we're up there, I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. now, and I only just got back and reheating the leftovers for about the 3rd time tonight. I don't know, I just sort of a bit over solid food, to be honest. I've lost about 5 kilos in the last 5 weeks, I think. Yeah, ever since where I work, cut the shit out of my shifts. Can't afford to buy food anyway, so why fucking bother? And yeah, I've got a lot of bloody things I'd like to talk about, to be honest. Number 1 is, no, I am not suicidal. I'm philosophical and a philosophizer. That worked. Come on, give me the benefit of the doubt. A philosophizer philosophizes, and he plays with the concept of life and death. It's not as though he's going to do anything about it. It's a mental construct, okay? So understand that next time you think about calling the cops on me. Don't ever do that again. I mean, fair enough. On that particular day, I had every intention of going on a big, long walk and thought maybe I won't be home in time to feed my dog. So just put it out there. Hope somebody couldn't feed my dog for me. But I would have been home the next morning and it wouldn't have hurt him to miss a feed. So as it turns out, I got kidnapped from my own home. Yeah. When you call the police on somebody's had some very, very bad experiences with the police. It's not a very nice thing to do. No. The last 2 experiences I've had with police, apart from one I've met personally, who I'm trying to sort of break down those barriers again, and he's actually a nice, decent guy, and I'm thinking, fine, they're all humans, they're all doing their jobs. But when they dress up in their fucking kit and with their deadly weapons on their side, and they come banging on your door and saying, you're coming with us. Nah, that's not good. Nothing good comes from that. Nothing good. So please, don't ever do that again, no matter what I say. Okay? I do want to live. I have every will and urge to live. And I will live no matter what. Whether I lose my house, my whatever. I will live. I will live standing on the beach in the pouring rain with a storm battering me. I will live. Simple as that. So, get it in your heads and don't underestimate me ever again. Please. Thank you. So, this is what it comes down to. When you do philosophically suggest you've had enough and you're going off to do the deed, which I would never do. Okay? I would never. It's just philosophy. But what you'd see in all these people who care about you, who love you, you know what the number one thing is about it? It's what it does to them. It's what it does to you. That's all you really care about. You care about how it will make you feel. That is a selfish thing. I know suicide itself is a very selfish thing, but it's the self of the person doing it, should they do it, and I hope nobody ever does. It's not a very proactive thing to do, except when it is proactive because there's no other options. But every single person that I've spoken to so far says, you know how that would make me feel? And I'm like, okay, then, well, what are you going to do to try and help me feel better? But you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do jack shit. You're just concerned about how it makes you feel. It's like, how fucking immature is that? Oh, it goes back to the old days where we lived in tribes and we depended on our elders for a way to live or something. And it's like, oh, we just lost our greatest hunter in a hunt. Oh, we're all grieving. Oh, we're all going to suck. Oh, that makes me feel so bad because he's dead. It's all about the selfish feeling, about how it makes you feel. You don't give a fuck, really. But if you gave a fuck, I gave every opportunity just to, chuck in the cost of a cup of coffee. If you liked one of my songs, gave you the easy way to do it through the PayPal, and you know how many people made a contribution through that way? One. I've got, 500 odd friends on Facebook, and I said, look, if every single one of you could throw in $5, that's all it is. If you got more. I mean, some of you do have more, and some of you did. I'm not denying you that. Some of you great guys did. But you did it, into the bank account, where obviously the government's going to see it, and I'll get taxed on it too, so there goes my debts up again. But that's not the point. It was a beautiful gesture from 4 of you lovely, lovely people, and I won't forget any single one of you. all I was asking for, because I just throw my heart out and soul out there sometimes, to throw a few coins, cost of a fucking coffee. I don't know. I don't buy coffee. I drink instant coffee. That's all I got. $10 jar gives me I don't know, when I remember to drink coffee. Lately, I haven't even bothered drinking coffee. I just wake up and just drink this last warm half of the beer that's left there and get on for my day. But my point is, you're so concerned about how you would feel, and yet you have the opportunity to make a difference. But no, you're more concerned about your own feelings. So, thank you. It's a good experiment in human psychology. To my 6 good friends who contributed to my well-being, 7, because another person actually did come up to my door and give me the greatest gift of all. So I've got 7 people who actually care. It's not that hard to just make a PayPal account and chuck $5 into my ancients@hotmail.com account. It's not. And yes, I wouldn't be talking about it if I wasn't fucking desperate. But, you know, I've got another carton of top shelf beer, so if I can last another fortnight, I'll get another one. Going and scrubbing floors, and it's a good life. But anyway, no more self-pity. I'm on top of it. So, don't worry. What I'm really here to talk about is my experience that I had tonight. I made a video the other day calling myself a horse whisperer. And when I look back on it, over the years I've been here, and the amount of times I go and meet these other 4 horses, I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, I've actually been doing this for a really long time. But it's not something that you just come home and talk about or rant about. It's an experience you have, and then by the time you get home, it's all forgotten. Especially when it's like 1 a.m.-ish or something. Not that I'm counting the time. But holy shit. These horses, they've got their hierarchy happening and everything too. There's this one older, grumpy one. He wears a big coat sort of thing. And he's very jealous. But he waits to see. And so I go down slightly and meet this albino one. She's got red eyes. Lovely white skin. And when I can make friends with her and start to show some affection, patting her around the head and stroking her down the neck. And as soon as he sees, oh shit, he just comes along and boots her off. So anyway, I'm not going to tell the story of everything that happened. But anyway, there was the one thoroughbred, as far as I know. I don't know horses from a piece of clay, but this one looked like a thoroughbred. It was resting on the ground when I got there and had no interest in anything. But by the time I'd got through the other 3, introducing myself and introducing Coop, my dog, he actually got up and came over. And the one in the coat, the big, strong, dominant one, he just walked away because he obviously realises respect for this one. And this one did come up to me. And it didn't take long. I did that forehead to forehead head thing with this one. Bam. Nothing compares. Nothing compares. All the stars that we've seen and known for thousands of years, the horses know them. They know the stars. And when you know horses, know them intimately, mind to mind, you will know the stars. Now, how can that be if we're on a spinning ball? We're not on a spinning ball. Get that into your heads. Most people have by now. Some of you are a little bit slow to catch up. But we are not on a spinning ball. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute. Oh, yeah. It's such a beautiful feeling to be out in the moonlight with horses and to sort of suggest to them that, yeah, well, I would like to jump on your back and go for a ride, but for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, we have used and abused these animals, and all I want to do is set them free. I don't want to ride them. I have no right to take advantage of this animal. And this beautiful thoroughbred, as I call it, has this big dip in its back. I don't know if it's from its life of being ridden, or if it's from generations after generations of being ridden by human beings. We've got to stop abusing the animals. Absolutely. Now, one thing I did with every single one when I introduced myself, you don't go like this to pat them on the nose because they shy away. You go like this and you let them smell you. And they were so curious about my smell. And the reason for that is because I make a particular skin tonic that repels mosquitoes. Like, I hate getting bitten by mosquitoes, and after many years of working with the ways of how you do it, I've developed a very, very effective method. And I've made a video way back called Secret Skin Tonic Recipe or something like that. And I think it's got 3 views. It's like, hello, this is a very important thing. And what I'd like to see is actually everybody start to make it. And please make it in bulk enough for these horses. These horses were begging me for my recipe. because they know, they could sense, they could smell, and they need it. They're getting attacked by insects left, right, and centre. They, these other two, the young one that came over second and the blonde little filly, they're off over there while I'm talking to these older two, sort of biting each other to try and relieve the skin itch and everything that they've got. And this recipe I've got will do it. I had this idea in my head, I'm going to make this U-Butte skin tonic, and I'll be able to sell it and make my own label and all this, and it's going to be good for everybody. Nah. Fuck that. I don't need that sort of bullshit. I don't have money to invest in it anyway. What you need to do is make this skin tonic for us, for people, for animals, especially horses. They need this tonic. So take a bucket, fucking bucket of coconut oil. Okay, what I do is I just use a little salsa jar. This is on the human level. And a little salsa jar of this recipe lasts me about a month. And I use it every day. First thing out of the shower, rub it all over my skin. So it's coconut oil, fill it about 3/4 full. Tea tree oil, 1 cap, 5 mils. Eucalyptus oil, 5 mils. That's the basic recipe. That will keep mosquitoes off you, insects from biting you, keeps your skin in really good condition, your hair and everything. Now, I've been ad-libbing with it a lot myself, since I haven't actually made a commercial product yet, and probably never will. But I've found a few other essential oils. The first one you want to try and get is bay oil. Bay oil is an excellent one because it's antifungal. So you've got all your bases covered if you use bay oil. Like, I don't use 5 mils of that, I just shake in about 10 or 12 drops because it's a bit more expensive. But ideally, you would use equal parts tea tree, eucalyptus and bay oil. Now that has got you a lotion that the horses need. They seriously need it. It doesn't have to be applied every single day, but you get out there and rub some of that in it, rub it through their mane and all over their backs, and just rub it into them and groom them, and that will help keep the insects, the biting insects, away from them. That is essential, and it should be done with every animal. If you're going to keep animals, don't just keep them out in a fucking paddock without any protection from the weather. That is just fucked up. All you people keeping cows. That grinds my gears, something bad. At least give them some protection from the weather. And then don't cover them with poisons to keep the ticks and shit off. This stuff works a treat. Keeps all the biting insects off them. Now for humans, if you want to make it even that little bit better, I don't know if I should tell you this, but this is how Christ was Christ. It was because Christ means anointed one. Okay, well, we're not going to go the full plethora of what he was anointed with, but put some frankincense in there. That stuff is beautiful. Once you start using that, oh man, you just start feeling this inner peace that you've never felt before. Don't start with that straight away. And there might be one or two others, but this rant's gone for long enough. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm not really hungry. Go figure. The less you eat, the less you want to eat. Like I say, I've lost 5 kilos in the last 5 weeks. Not through choice so much, just because That's just how it is. And I feel good. You try it. You try fasting for a week. Do a water fast for a week. And then look at how much more spiritually enlightened you become. That's how it works. But no doubt you're already chronically ill. So if you are chronically ill, doing that will probably kill you. So don't fast for a week. Look at that video I made way back about bloody, I don't know what I called it. Something about ultimate health and spiritual enlightenment. Maybe it was cancer cure. I don't know. It cures everything if you stop stuffing your body full of crap, dead crap. At least try and put as much living food into your diet as you possibly can. Living yeast. It may have some alcohol in it. I'll grant you that. I'm not doing my body too many favours, but at least it's a living food. And once you've fully fasted, fully cleansed, alcohol is actually good for you. Look at what Nikola Tesla said. You know what he said? If I drink 1 glass of scotch per day, I will live to about 110. Well, he reached into his 90s at least. He knew what he was talking about. So do I. So, cheers guys. Talk to you next time.